Good morning, folks. Welcome back. And yeah, I think today we're going to go with something a little bit more understated. We're going to do a rural farm hideout area in the PCT. So on the edge of the jungle, but not necessarily full jungle. Um, Maybe a couple of interesting structures and just enough to sort of set the space. Let's go ahead and get into it and create a circle. And S50. So 100 meters diameter. Fill it. And let's go ahead and quad remesh it first. So 300 should be good. And then delete the original. Okay. So that's what it gives us for space. Now, we kind of want to, let's see, 3 or 1. We'll do 1. Let's see, we want to select all of this for sure. And turn on proportional editing and G. And make it bigger so we get a bit more of a vibe to it. Not go up too high. 3 meters, 3.5 meters. That's not bad. We'll do that. And then minus, and let's just do that. And then G again, something like that. That's looking all right to me. That's going to be our space. Okay, let's save. (24:05 17-1 live stream PCT. I'm just gonna call it a farm. It's not really a farm, but we'll call it that. Okay. It's looking all right. Let us append auto terrainer. Tree trainer base. Grab it. Geometry nodes. Trainer base. Let's see what we get. Okay. Yeah, all right. We're getting a little bit more variation than perhaps I wanted right here in the center, but I wanted some. Let's turn off and tab. Let's see. See. Actually, I wonder if I can do one. Okay. Try this. Let's just try something and add detail. Let's see what it does. No, it needs to be bigger than that. If we're gonna, otherwise it just gets these weird. Okay, well, it was an interesting idea. Let's do that and assign. Let's see what we get. It might be too flat. Although it would make it not a bad place, but no, I don't think we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna remove it entirely. Come back and just maybe do a little bit of editing on our own. So try and get it lined up a little bit flatter. Let's turn off proportional so we're not. Okay. Yeah, all right. We're gonna go with it, I think. Another thing we could do, I don't know, I turn up the resolution. That'll get us. It doesn't really help us much, I don't think. Smoothness. Could turn that up a bit. That flattens it down some. And maybe we'll cut the strength. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. So we can bring our strength down a little bit too, just to give us terrain, but not like huge rocky bumps. I think that's pretty good. And let's go ahead and apply it. We're going to say we're good there. Okay. Now I'm going to jump into doing some geoscatter and then probably turn it off. But I want to establish our space. And I think plants are going to help with that this time. Geoscatter. I want to tab. See all of this is going to be jungle. And we'll go like that. Like that. Maybe a little less actually. Like that. Sure. That's going to be jungle. And we'll come and add a vertex group and we'll call it jungle. I know. Assign tab. So now emitter, grab our ground. And biome scatter. Open the biomes. And do we want to use 13? Sure. It's loading away. Do 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 do. Under 1 million. Cool. Let's just put it off to the side. And great. And vertex group, jungle, and invert it so it's only there. And that's our jungly space, which we might tweak a little bit here or there, but that's fine, I think. I quite like it. Okay. Now, I want to build a fence around the outside of that, I think. Maybe we'll do that next. And let's turn off that. Maybe even just turn this off right now. And Shift A, mesh, plane. And I'm actually going to, yeah, okay. So this is a 2-meter square plane. Let's RX90, GZ1, Control A, all transforms. So it's 2 meters by 2 meters. I think we might want it a little taller than that. But this will be okay to start with, I think. First thing let's do, I know how we'll do that, is tab 2 E Z 0.5 and Y 0.25. Yeah, minus 0.25. Okay, so it does that. Even more. Nah, more, but then less. Cool. So it slopes out like that. Oh, I can live with that. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Alt-X and mirror it because it's going to be consistent. So let's just do it that way. Then we want a base area down here, something like that. That will be different from the other one. Now, how do we want to approach this? Fine. There we go. 3E. Doesn't even fill it. I hate it that does that. Fine. There we go. There's that. And why is it going that way? Oh. All right. Let's undo that first. There we go. There we go. That's our base. And offset. Cool. I like that. We'll have to fill that back, but we can do that. And then here, put some things across like that. Cool. And then across like that. Cool. And that. 3E out. Great. I don't even know if I need a lot of this other stuff. I think I might get rid of it, but I got an idea for how to use it, so it's fine. That's cool. And then maybe one or two here this way too. And I actually think, well, maybe I don't. Let's undo that. There we go. Alt-E normals. There we go. That's better. Now add a loop here, or two. Great. Now if we select this one, let's grab this one first. Bevel. No. Control R. There we go. 3. Just kind of working this out on my own as I go, how I want to do it. Something like that. Okay, cool. Now, I like that. Let's apply our modifier to it. Apply the mirror. Good. Now we select this, and this. Q, curve extract. A little bit like that. And it might even be a bit much. Let's cut them down a little bit more. Depth of 0.025. Cool. And GY minus No, 0.04. Come on. Cool, too far. Come on, you rat bastard. Why are you getting so slow? Undo. Do that. Okay. 0.025. Good. 7. Let's see. It's still too big. That's part of the problem. 0.0125. GY. Cool. Perfect. Great. Save again. Now, let's do the same thing here. There are better ways to do this, but I didn't really have an idea before I was starting, so we do what we do. Q, curve extract, 0.0125. I think we'll go 0.025, this one. Right? Yeah. And GY to there. Cool. Now, this thing, tab 3, Shift G, coplanar, and delete. Cool. Yeah. And we have to solidify this sucker up, but we can do that. Actually, we'll do it that way. We'll go here. We'll do it the right way. To here. Oh, come on, Seth. Edge, bridge edge loops. Cool. And here, this one I don't really care as much. But sure, edge, bridge edge loops. And edge, bridge edge loops. And edge, bridge edge loops. Yeah, we got an extra one in there, but it doesn't matter. Tab, okay. Alt X, mirror it, and apply it. Okay. There's the basis of a fence section. Do you want to do something to it? I mean, probably, right? What do we want to do to it? First off, let's take inset again. Bring that out like that. We'll just manually do it. Cool. And then Shift Q, utility, panel screws, custom, round head. Cool. Radius 0.0125. Looks good. Margin 0.025. Looks good. I get F9 and rotation 55. There we go. Now they don't even line up all the same. Woohoo! Quality. And that, and join it. And then Alt X and mirror it again. Cool. And apply it. And save. I'm not going to worry about texturing it just yet, but there's our section. And there's our ground. And there is our geoscatter. Cool, which I'm going to turn off. And here, like that. Okay, I wouldn't mind going a little in and a little out of the thing is what I'm trying to. Shift A, curve, Bezier, tab, X vertices, draw. We want to draw on the surface, and we're going to try to go like that. That looks pretty good, I think. Let's see. Now, tab, and come back to our fence section. I guess we need to first convert to mesh, Q, convert to mesh, join all this together. Great. And object. Where's the center of this one? Oh, no. Yeah. Go back and object set origin 3D cursor. There we go. Should be the same. Cool. So we can grab our fence and add a modifier, array it, fit curve of our Bezier curve, and there's a fence, nice and long. Add a modifier, deform curve, select our Bezier curve, and it goes around like that. That's pretty good, actually. It's like it's lined up vertically. And our fence goes around. And there are a couple instances where it is sticking out because of the resolution of our curve, which is fine. Let's just come back and edit it. So I can see what the heck I'm doing. And let's just grab this bottom part to here and E, extrude down. And that should bring it underneath pretty much everywhere. Yeah, and a couple places it gets kind of the other direction, but that's fine. The ground can go higher. I don't mind. Are we angling? Yeah, it looks like we're slightly angling. Don't really want to do that. Let's go to our curve, tab A, and tilt. We're just eyeballing it, but I feel like that is better. That does seem better to me. Good deal. There's a lot of divisions, but we could change that if we wanted to, but I kind of like it, so we'll go with it, at least right now. So we have that, and now if we turn back on geoscatter, let's see, how in or out was I? I was reasonably close to out. Occasionally it goes in, but that's fine, actually. I'm all right with that. Cool. Now, what we're going to do is just move it. New collection to fence. And Bezier curve, just to keep it together. It's invisible, but we won't delete it. Morning, Brian. And just to be clear, yeah, it should be fine. Okay, geoscatter, we go to our trees. I am going to have them repel the fence just a little bit. So there are no trees that touch the fence. I think that's probably a good thing. Maybe we'll go with 1 meter just to be sure. And probably the same to this other big thing too, because they're almost trees. Repel, fence, 1. It'll also show up our fence better too, which is cool. So we have a couple on this side, like it does go into the jungle, but that's cool. Alrighty. And we have built kind of our background to this scene now, or at least part of it. But now we need to start thinking about what the actual scene is going to have. And I think we're going to want some kind of like a bit of a rundown warehouse building, perhaps. And we can make that a number of different ways. We could either, I could speak, use an auto builder or just generate something ourselves. I think let's just generate something ourselves for right now. Shift A, mesh cube. And S 1.5 as one. So that is a 3 meter cube, which seems to be a good base for me. And S Shift Z 2. Cool. And do we care if it's balanced? No, I don't know we do. E X 6. Okay, but we will. We actually will keep it nice and organized for right now. Anyway, so there is a 12 meter by 6 meter. Hey Rob, I'm doing all right. It's still early morning for me. It's almost 8 in the morning, but you know, my day's all ahead of me still. Okay, cool. I'm liking that. Now I'm gonna just bring in something for a roof. I'm gonna turn off geoscatter too because it's gonna slow us down right now. Big, medium, small, sure. Tokyo back alleys, sure. Street assets, 2K. Now let's grab one of the roofs from that because I just like them. We could get this from all kinds of places, but roof 2K. There's both of them together, but I like this grody one here. Did I bring it? No, because it got stuck on the other thing. Cool. And it's already pre-sloped. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And close this one. And yeah. Move to the center, okay? And then GZ and GX. Now let's see what happens. We take this and Alt X, duplicate it. Nice, that works. And we could just array it for the other one, 2 or 3. 3 is gonna be a bit big, isn't it? array. 3 is going to be a bit big. Let's do 2, and now let's SX and scale ourselves out a little bit. And we'll need to bring that down a little bit again. Constant offset, and bring them closer together. Cool. That seems reasonable. I can live with that as a thing. Now, you'll notice in South America or Central America, a lot of these places don't actually have walls on all their buildings. It's because it's warm enough. You kind of just need a roof over your head a lot of the time. So we could maybe, let's just go into here and just grab that stuff. What if we wanted to, I want to see about grabbing this, 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 this. Cool. Q, curve extract, pillars. Then take this and 3, Shift G, coplanar. Bring it way down to there. A, S, Shift C, and scale it out a little bit. So we used it to make our, basically as a guideline. We don't actually want it for the model. There. That's what we want for the model. Just a couple of concrete or steel pillars. And I'm going to go with the correct, not inverted. 0.05. Resolution. I don't know that we need to, but we have the poly, so let's just go ahead and do it. Take them up to 8 so they're a little smoother. Yeah, so if this depth is negative, let me just, I don't know, you may know this already, but face orientation, if this depth is negative, oh, I actually didn't know this one. Sometimes you'll get inverted normals, and I just like to keep them straight. Looks like they may have fixed that in this version of Blender. Cool. But I'm trying to just keep my normals the correct pointing outward because it just makes everything easier. All righty, so we have that. That's a very obviously simplified structure. We can do some fun stuff with it still. Let's take this, Control A, rotation scale, and let's erode it. Mixed damage, real damage, which damage? Let's try real damage. Just because, again, I just hate the interface for mixed damage so much. And grab it. And you're going to give me, cool. Well, it looks like it has a mix on it. It'll let us do it anyway. That's fine. Internal damage on. Looks like this might actually be the same guy who did it. I just don't like the interface. I don't like the interface for either one of these. Come on. Steel. That's not bad. It puts those things everywhere. But it's a little thick. Offset. Oh, I see. No, we don't. Well, I just wanted a Z offset. I don't think we need it. We'll just do this. That's fine. And that's a weird angle. 0. Density 250. Make it more. A little bit more. Cool. Great. I like it. And should be able to apply it. Right? Maybe. Apply. Does not contain a mesh, right? Okay, so we have to fix that. Geometry nodes, easy to fix. Come down here right to the very, very end. Yeah, it's definitely the same guy. Yeah, it looks like he's changed it, made it less like I like it. Realize instances. There. And now, Control A, and apply it. If you know nothing else about geometry nodes, that's a very handy thing to be able to do. Save. And materials, it should be set up with, it just has one. You'd think it would have given us both, but maybe I had to assign it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Our structure is clearly in the ground, which is part of my problem I was having before with how I was going to deal with this thing. But I think rather than do that, we're just going to edit the ground. Or sculpt it in this case. Sculpt it, grab it, and bring it down. If you've got the time to do it this way, this gives you the ultimate control over where you want your ground to be. There is really no better way. It does take a little bit because now we're going to have to come through and fix the other side of it to make sure it's not going underneath, which it is. So like, you know, actually, let's try another option too. Let's edit this thing. Yes. C. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to turn on proportional editing. Ooh, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to deselect all that first. We had other stuff still selected. We did not want that. C. Now we're going to select these things. Cool. And we are going to, with proportional on, SZ0, and shrink it down. But not that much, like that much. And then GZ. Now we are guaranteed flatness. And our base sticks through. Perfect. It's a little flat here, but not bad. That'll work. We got our first structure there. Right down the center. What time is it? 8:08. Okay. So now we could fill this up with stuff. That might not be a bad idea to do next. Seems acceptable. Let's hide our roof. 7. And where we want to get stuff from. I mean, I got stuff from everywhere, right? Use some of mine just to keep it being a little different. And somehow that feels better. I don't know why. Like I'm going to use my kit bash instead of somebody else's kit bash. That makes it, you know, somehow more legitimate. It doesn't. But we're still going to do it. And what do we want to use? Tarp covered stuff first? Sure. Bring this in. That seems like a good size thing. It'll at least fill up our space pretty fast. And I want a couple different things though. Cool. Those two things both, well, that needs to come down a little bit. Great. That works. Then we can go all. Let's see what kind of weird shit we can find. we're not going to probably come into this too much. So I'm looking in some 3D scans. I'll just bring it so you can see. I made at the farm museum. It's a farm equipment museum. I highly recommend going to places like that for getting weird ass things to use for backgrounds. They don't typically hold up super well, again, to close viewing, but we can make it bigger. And here, cool. And see, this one doesn't line up nicely against that, but if we then put something else on the side, which we can do, it'll work better. So let me get it out of the way again. Where's my new stuff that I made? Kind of want to use it again. We got this construction pile driver thing that we did the other day. Throw it over here. And where was the... Ooh, that could be fun. There we go. Wood crate and tarp. Bring that in. And that one we can line up over here more to hide that stuff from there. That'd be good. And I think, I just want to check, I think I meant material on it real quick. Is that looking okay this time? It's looking all right. I think, nope, it's not. Okay. Shading. Yeah, I just want to change this from tangent space to object space on this one. And I think that makes it better. Yeah, that's better. Same with this one while I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Got those. Let's just keep stuff in the space a little bit more. Another thing I made. But all this is going to be covered. Oh, this one's another one. I need to fix it too. All these are done the same day, and I didn't correct them properly when I made the objects. So we're just doing it now. Okay. There we go. That works. Morning, Michael. Okay, so we got all that stuff. Just throwing some things into our barn. I guess it's a barn. Is it a barn if it doesn't have walls? Let's go to Kitbash 3D and Future War. I know there's some tires in there, although I think there are tires other places too, but I like these ones. They work. Tires. And we'll come do some more stuff. Come on. There we go. There we go. Nice. And a couple of trash bags. You really can't go too nuts. couple of sandbags. Let's just take this and move it back a little bit more. Gives a little more room. Cool. Save. Turn our roof back on. Cool. And because I know I'm going to want it, I'm going to move this to new collection buildings, right? Yeah. Okay, that looks all right. It's a little organized still, to be honest, but single tire there. And single tire here. Cool. Yeah, good deal. That'll be good for right now. I do not have the Sanctus material library. I have the only material library I think I've ever bought was the real-time materials that Ducky 3D made. I have that one. A lot of them look good. I just don't have them. Okay. Now we need to decide how creative we're feeling today. We could literally just populate this whole field with stuff that we already have, and it would look great, and it would get the point across, but it wouldn't really be ours. So since we're only at 47 minutes, let's make some stuff instead. And I kind of wouldn't mind a little bit of a platform thing going on. I know we've been using that a lot lately, but I really kind of I think it sells the space pretty nicely. So let's bring up, sure, yesterday's. Since I have made some modifications to this one, I'll feel less guilty about using it. No, I don't feel guilty. I just, again, if it's a generic thing that always looks the same, no matter who makes it, use somebody else's. There is absolutely no reason for you to go model a Toyota if you need a Toyota, because it's going to just look like all other Toyotas, you know. But come on, geoscatter. We want the platform, Seth. We don't want the Ivy. We're going to see an Ivy. Yeah. Can we turn off Ivy? Okay, there we go. Now I can see where I'm at. Turn off VDB. This sucker here, I want to make sure that it does not have a ground. Turn that off because we're just going to grab it. See, copy objects. Come over here, paste. Oh, damn it. No, I don't want to do that. Not yet. Into collection and paste. So that it brings all those separate parts nicely together. Thank you. Now we can take this, move it off out of our way, and mesh plane. We're going to make it S3. Seems like a good size. Yeah. Maybe even a bit bigger. Oh, I'm going to close the other one too. We no longer need this. Don't save. Okay. Cool, Michael. Have a good one. Okay. 6. Let's go to 8. Why not? And Control A, rotation scale. Joins this bad boy here. Where'd it go? Interesting. Oh, is it below things? A, G, Z, P section. Steal 1. We can delete. Yeah. Steal 1. Object. I don't know why we're not seeing it, but let's see if we give it a ground. New collection. Ground. Steal 1. Ground. Come back? No. Where is it? What's going on? Or is it? Oh, I know why. Hops. Yep. It's the mirroring. It's mirroring on the axis over there the wrong way, so it's nuking it out. There we go. That's fine. That's good platform size. I like it. Now we can come in here and 2, actually just 3, W subdivide 1, I think 2. Yep, everything's in 2-meter things, same as that. That seems cool. And 2, EZ, EGY. You know what, actually, I want to do it this way. GZ, turn off proportional. And distance, just to make sure I've got nothing. Cool. Good. 2, E, GZ, minus 2. GY, minus 2. Cool. Great. Then E, GY, minus 2. Maybe even minus 3. Yeah. Great. And then E, GZ, down, GY, out. Cool. Got a little landing platform there. No, I have a world where all this stuff lives in, Rob. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't notice till now. And no, I don't answer it all the time. But now this is, if you'll look on my socials where I post these things, there's always like a little story element with it, and it just kind of goes into my world. I don't necessarily explain it all super well, but yeah, this is all part of a project for me, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. Cool. And otherwise I get bored. Is really what happens. Excuse me. So this is a world where the corporations bought at least part of the United States. I really didn't specify the whole thing. And I started this one off in Dallas. And they have been getting into a armed conflict for about 2 decades with people in Central America, which they have also bought and renamed the Pan-Coastal Territories, or the PCT, which is what I tend to call it now all the time when I'm talking. Yeah, I like to try to explain enough to let people know there is a story, but not necessarily everything. But there's something I really like. The whole like Simon Stålenhag era of like writing a couple paragraphs on an image that kind of tells a story, but not really, and that's sort of my vibe. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we got this silly little platform. It's cool, but I think I'm gonna get rid of the crap that's on top of it right now. Scatter on platform. Density 0. Hanging ropes. You can go up a little bit. 0.5. We can get any. Weird. Seemed to like it before, but I don't care. I can add my own easy enough. Okay, so we got our platform there. And we can do the same thing we've been doing, just put a house on top of it. First, though, let's see, 7 EX1, no, -1, good, EX1 and EY1. And I think it'd be kind of fun. EY -1. If we select those, and assign it, I think it's that balcony and flip seem to work better for some reason. Absolutely. That's totally where I am at too. Cool. No. I get bored if it has no point, basically. If I'm just making pretty pictures, it doesn't feel like real concept art to me. I mean, anyone can make pretty pictures, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't know, you know what I mean? It just feels sort of a little empty inside. Can we just, do we want to F that? I don't know if that's going to look right or not. Let's see. Yeah, it does. That looks okay. It's a little weird, but yeah. Okay. I find that having some kind of a world you're working keeps you from making those or too many of those traveling stick salesman kind of images where it's just, look, it's a guy against some random gigantic background thing. Totally. Yeah, me too. 3. That seems like a good size. Sure. Shift D, P section tab. This thing. Ooh, we could. I didn't even think of that. I have not yet. I sounds amazing. I love Ian's stuff so hard. I'm given how long I have been unemployed, I'm really trying not to follow, not to do Kickstarters, just because they are like my kryptonite anyway. But God, I love Ian's stuff. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cool. Just a nice second level platform. Money, the thing that prevents us from getting all the cool stuff. Now this one, we can remove that from. Right. And solo it, tab it. Maybe even, that's kind of an interesting shape. Easy 2.5. Why does it always wants to go to X when I do this? 0, 2.5. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Very, very much so. Okay, so we got that. It's going to be our structure on top. I like it. And we're going to keep it one level, but we will give it a slopey roof, I think, maybe. Do we want to? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go 1, sure. Okay, we do need to fix that. Okay. Little pretty house, micro-sized house. It's kind of funny, actually. It's like, why do we have a, perfectly formed 2-story house, only it's not even a full 1-story? So we put a person here. Grab our guy. Like, it's big enough to be a house, but it's not much of one. It's more of a shed. Cool. I'm good with it, though. We use this door a lot, but let's just use it again. Cool. And actually, I think I'm just going to edit it to tab 2. Select that. I'm going to unselect that and unselect that so that we can bridge edge loops. Thanks. Yeah, it's a setting I like. It's always funny because I tag it as Cyberpunk, and partially I will admit that's because people search on that, but also like it is a Cyberpunk world. It's just not Mega City 1, you know? Like it really is a Cyberpunk story, but I don't know. I find it interesting to do stuff in spaces that people don't all the time. All right. I'm glad you like it though too. That makes me happy. Legitimately. Let's grab one of Ian's windows just cause we're on a timeline here. See how it looks. Scale it down. Fortunately, there's no strong scale indicator on these windows, so they can be kind of any size they wanted. There we go. Cool. And we'll mirror it. No, okay, we won't do that yet. We will grab this thing, object, set origin to the geometry. Good. Now we'll mirror it. Cool. Nice. We're gonna have to start doing materials soon. You want to do it another one? Let's do one more. Alt D, RZ90. No. RZ minus 90. I am incapable of rotating the correct way. It is just a. Okay. Cool. And yes, I know that that makes our balcony a little bit small. Maybe we punch it out a little bit. Three. Alt-E along normals. Interesting. Offset even? Sure. Although actually it's kind of neat if it's not. Yeah, maybe we won't do it normal. And then 3, Shift-G, coplanar, X, faces, tab. Yeah, it gets a little wonky there at the edge, which is kind of neat actually. Is it? Like, is it? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, we're not doing that. Undo. Alt-E along normals. -1. Offset even this time. Yeah. So it doesn't, so the things actually stay. X, faces, tab. Much better. Because we didn't do the even, our railing things weren't lining up at all, and that was annoying. But now we have a bit more space. Seems a bit better. And do we do 2 more windows? We could do 2 more windows. Alt-D, RZ 180, 7, GY, and come to here. We just have a bunch of these windows floating around now. Our guy's house. Let's look and see what we got. We need to start materializing it. Very definitely. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's this tiny ass little like prefab house up on a pedestal. I like it. Let's start dealing with it. Okay, so that's just the house. Materials. Mine. What did I make? I have Venice painted plaster. Let's see how that one would look on here. Very lazy about making new materials if I don't have to. I'm like, yeah, sure. I like that reasonably okay. I think our roof we can do something with. All these are easy, right? Well, let's just try the whole thing, see what happens. Alt-E, extrudes along normals. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. And then I should be able to, that Alt-E, external along normals. Give us a nice overhang, too. And that should be still fitting those windows. Yes. Oh, that's so much cooler. Okay. And I know it doesn't 100% line up, like we got an angle change there, but I'm still good with it. We could even Alt-E on normals and offset even. Give us a lip. I don't know why you'd want one. It seems kind of a bad house design, but it does look kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. And if we do that, then shall we say, come back in this thing, tab. We got all that. We want to grab our inside loop too. Yeah, so that's our entire that. Oh, I see. Interesting. Plus assign. Grunge yellow painted metal. See how ugly that looks. And then metal sheeting gray on these ones, maybe. Coplanar. Ugh, did I not grab? Fine. Just grab them. There we go. Plus assign sheeting plane gray. And then AU cube projection. Make sure everything's got a UV to it. Let's see how ugly that is. I feel like it will be very ugly. It is indeed very ugly, and I kind of adore it. I do think we want these windows to be the same height as the other ones, though. Or at least roughly. Okay. Nice. Nice. And keep going here. We need to put something on the walls. Whether it's just pipes on the outside, which is the easy thing to do. 1K, something this size is probably okay. I'm just gonna look at them all. Great. There we go. Cool. Cool. Little doo-wopper thing there. And let's keep it fairly simple. Throw this here. Cool. And that's all right. What else do we want to add? I feel like we need a little more on that wall. Let's do this. Okay. RY minus 90. Okay. In fact, that might be better than the other one. Sometimes I don't mind it going in there either. But let's see. Can we bring it to here? I don't mind them going together necessarily. Let's see. Sometimes that actually looks really cool, I think. Come on, C8. Do it. Solid. Give me the view. Yeah, that's cool. That doesn't bug me that it cuts in like that. That's fine. I do think we need one more thing here. We kind of created this frame. So I'm going to get rid of our guy too because he's bugging me. Human gen. Okay, we do need one thing in here, definitely. Maybe something techy. Scale it way down, but I think that could work. Scale it in. Yeah, that seems like a good balance of space. I like it. We could just cheat. And mirror it on the other side of the house too. If I were doing this for really reals, I might not do that, but we do have to keep track of time. Okay. And let's come over to our wall now. So, come on. Just for right now, I'm going to turn off the curve or whatever on it so that we can just see it and go with it there. I think we want to tab 3L. That's all that stuff. Could want that to be one and the other. I don't know. Shaders. Distressed hull is always a good one, as Michael makes fun of me all the time. But it's just a good one. That'll give that whole thing that sort of dirty, fucked up metal look. The only other option, well, not only, lots of other options. But let's see what this looks like. A yellow, dirty fence. Also kind of neat. It would be more colorful than the other one. There's no reason. And then, well, we could do that, and then actually, we could, let's grab this L, Control I, select all those, and maybe make those assign hull. Yeah, all right. I can live with that. I think that's cool. I do kind of like the yellow too. It does pop a bit. Are we losing our, yeah, if we lost the dirt though, I don't like it. We need to bring the dirt up. I think I might, we can do that. Fortunately, these are mostly on the same level, but we don't want distressed hull. We want dirty yellow. There's our, that one even being used? No, go away. Input, and our input is here. And it's gonna be a pain in my ass, isn't it? That's better. Okay, that's fine. It's because the wave is high, but I don't mind it. I actually do kind of like that it kind of matches the yellow on our house too. Okay, so we've got 11 minutes left till we're out of our regular time. And I don't want to keep everybody here forever while I doink around with bullshit. Here, let's make these also that yellow. Ugh, it goes help to be in the right place. Dirty yellow on dented metal. Oh, that takes it way high, right? Let me just go with the other one. Grunge yellow painted metal. Sure. Yeah. And this one is also grunge yellow painted metal. Yeah. And this should be concrete. Let's try grunge concrete, see what it looks like. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. I keep forgetting that. Get back 3D concretes. Yeah, let's try this one. Tab A, U, cube projection. That looks good. I like it. Okay. Cool. So we got that. We got our house. We got this. It's not super like knock your socks off exciting, but I don't know that it needs to be. Oh, I don't want it. No. Go away, Evie. So we're going to have some jungle behind. We're going to have that there. I think we do need a few more things. I think we need a cable from here to here. Cool. I think we need to simulate it. Does that run it directly through? No, we actually avoid it. How nice is that? Cool. And material. Let's make it super dirty. Cool. Connected those two. I think that was important. I do think we need some stuff up here on top. Let's go back to Future War. And grab our table. Okay. I don't know. I just like having deck furniture. Maybe throw some trash bags over here. And bring a single one in there too, just to mess it up a little bit. You don't need to worry too much about trash bags intersecting with each other because they just squish. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And I think we need some kind of an antenna. As kind of hokey as that is, sometimes I think it really helps. Let's use a big, medium, small one. And kind of liking that one. Now there we go. Alt R to get it flat again. And pretty okay with that as a space for it, I think. mesh cube scale. Great. Rotation scale. And you know what? Why not? Just do OCD. The very basic one on this one. Cool. Apply. So, and why is it the eyes inner? That's very bizarre. Okay. KB 3D or concrete. There we go. That concrete. Tab A, U, cube projection. Let's see. It does not have eyeballs. Okay. All right. That's just creepy. GZ. Let's bring this up. It's lining in that way. Cool. And then we can again do a cable. Create a cable from here to here. Great. Simulate it. Cool. We can just join it to this one, which will make it the same. Save. I think that's good. Now we have geoscatter turned off, which is probably a good thing because we're going to scatter some grass. We need like this area in here filled a bit. So let's fill it. Geoscatter, our other system, open biome. I'm going to use something that's a little less dense. These are called autumn, but I feel like they just look good for having crap on the ground. It's a little drier sometimes too. So let's try autumn. Yeah. You're big. I got it. We might want more though. Okay, so we put it on the same ground, but we want to make sure that we have vertex group. We are excluding the jungle this time, and we are upward obstructing building. Yeah. And we turn it on. Great. That's cool. Let's see. That's all right for greenery. That looks pretty good. I can live with that. Okay. Sure. Let's save. Give ourselves a sky. Again, always the question, are we bright or are we not? Let's see what 46 has to say. Some of those are interesting. These are neat actually. A little darker. You might have to punch them up a bit, but let's try 1100. That seems like a neat one. And I think it's going to be dark. Yeah, it's going to be dark. But that's okay. Photographer. What's edit our exposure, set it to like 8 from 9.4. It's not bad. Even a little brighter. 7. Okay, yeah, 7's looking good. Something like that. I wish our trees were a little thicker in the background, actually. And we can do that. I think what we'll do is let's turn off geoscatter. And we got the space for it. We can do this. Tab 2. To grab from here. Around. To here. There we go. 7. Alt E, extrude edges, scale. GY. Okay. GZ. Okay. And we don't actually need to add too much of these, but let's add a couple there too. And that should still be in jungle because of how things laid out. But let's see, save and turn on geoscatter again. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a lot thicker. That should be better. Okay. I don't really have a camera yet. Let's set our camera up. We're just about on time anyway. 0. Okay, camera is going to be the Arial XS65. We're going to go with the anamorphic lens, but we'll set it to 35 instead of 50. And we'll go with a resolution of Panavision, which is 239. And down and come in a little bit. Save. See if that don't give us what we want. And again, not a super exciting location, but certainly the kind of place you might need to make for a TV show. I try to be conscious of that. Wait for program to respond. Come on, Blender. There we go. Yeah, all right, let's check our angle of our sun just a little bit, and then I'll call it. Did I turn it off? I wanted to. Shocking, when you throw 2 million trees into a scene, it starts to slow down a little bit. Can't imagine why. Did it come back yet? Okay, it didn't turn off, but it did move. Great, go away. Now it did. Okay. Now let's just check our angles, just cause. Why did my camera focus animate? It should not have animated. Clear animation data. I do not know why that happened. We do not want that. Okay, 0. And yeah, fine, you screwed me up. Oh yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I have in fact done that sometimes, and it's fun, but um, HDR world. Let's just check the angles. 60. This one's pretty flat overall. I don't know. It's gonna make a lot of difference to us. I do not want you to. Why are you still animating? I don't want auto keyframing on. There we go. No. Let's just see. Edit onto history. I don't know why it's saying it is. All right, fine. We'll just deal with it for right now. Photographer, do not lock camera to view. Ever. Piss off. Okay, 120, 180. It's kind of neat, actually. 240. Ooh, 240 I like. 300. Also like, but no, I think 240 was like in around there is my favorite. Get that backlit action, but we want a little bit of side view so we can see what's going on. Yeah. Save. Cool. Photographer. I do not want autofocus turned on. Oh, I really don't know why it decided it wanted to do that, but clear animation data. You're gonna be a pain. Okay, fine. Save. Turn back on that. Our focus is probably still a little too far away, or too close rather. Focus on our house. 27 meters. Okay. Do not animate this property. Should animate any property. Great. Cool. Yeah. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna call it, folks. Yeah. Looking good. So Monday is a Canadian national holiday. It is Victoria Day. So I probably will not be streaming on Monday, but I will be back again on Tuesday. Just to let everybody know. I hope you have a great weekend. Do some cool stuff. And I'll see you again next week, I hope. Take care, everybody, and talk to you later. Okay. Bye.